Hello everyone, this is Module 2. This will be a review of leveling, focusing on double-rodded leveling, three-wire leveling, and also trigonometric leveling. And finally, we will also discuss adjustment of leveling loops. Now this video will be an introductory video to answer the question why we need to learn leveling in the first place and what instruments do we commonly use nowadays in vertical distance measurement. Okay, so let's start with the problem right here. Let's say you are tasked to do a topographic survey of this area right here of higher elevation. What you can do is you can set up a monument here. So let's say we'll call this BM2, then BM1 here with known elevation. So you can do trigonometry, differential leveling. So let's draw it right here. Differential leveling. Oh, that's not quite straight. That will have to do for now. Okay. So there you have it. So once you've done differential leveling, then you can then calculate the elevation of this BM2 from the known elevation of BM1. Okay. So once you've done that, you can then use that elevation for your survey. Okay, so that's basically why we do leveling. Now the next question is, what instruments do we commonly use nowadays for vertical distance measurement? So first, you can use GNSS receivers with RTK functionality. RTK means real-time kinematic. And then number 2, you can use a total station. And then number 3, you can also use an automatic level. Now, if you were to ask which of these 3 instruments should you use for vertical distance measurement, then the answer depends on the application. So let's say, for example, let's go back to our problem. And let's say, for example, that the distance from BM1 to BM2 is about 10 kilometers. So that's far. It's very far. And then the accuracy requirement for your project is about 0.2 meters or 20 centimeters. Okay, that's the allowable accuracy. So for this particular project, in my opinion, the best instrument to use would be the GNSS RTK. Okay, because it can cover a very wide area, and then the typical error for RTK is about for vertical distance measurement is about 0 to 10 centimeters. Okay, so this is vertical, take note. So it is well within your required accuracy of 20 centimeters. So for this particular case, I will use the RTK. Okay. So let's say, for example, you do not have an RTK, and say you have a choice between total station and automatic level. Now, there has been debate about this, so which is more accurate in vertical distance measurement, the total station or the automatic level? And in my opinion, it still depends on the application. So let's say, for example, right here. Say, for example, we have a very steep slope. So you want to determine the elevation of BM2 here at the top using the elevation of BM1. So what do we need to do if in case we use say for example, we use an automatic level. So let's do differential leveling. So you see right here, okay? So as you can see right here, you will need a lot of setups, right? Instrument setups because it's very steep, right? As you can see here, that's a lot of setups right there before reaching BM2, okay? And as you know, the more setups you have, the more chances of errors. The errors will accumulate, okay? So let's say we use the total station for this particular application. So you can just do a backside on this benchmark, then you can have the elevation. You do a backside for that, and then place your prism here on BM2 if it is directly visible. So you can then do a reading on that with just one instrument setup. So that's very convenient, and it minimizes the amount of errors compared to the several number of stations using the the automatic level, right? So in this particular case, I will select the total station. Okay, so what if the terrain is relatively flat like this, and the number of stations for automatic level and total station are just the same or relatively the same? So what I will choose is the automatic level. Now, why is that? Because the automatic level is easier to set up, and it's easier to set up, therefore there will be fewer sources of error, because in setting up a total station is much more complicated, and a total station has more sources of error in this case where the terrain is relatively flat. So in this case you can use the automatic level for that. Okay, so basically depends on the instruments available to you, the application, and also the accuracy requirement. Okay, so that's it for this video. So we've discussed why we need to learn leveling and also the instruments that are commonly used today in vertical distance measurement. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something in this video, and I will see you in the next one.